Now that I have my nails all sorted out, I've arranged them by left hand and right hand. If you will notice, they all have this little plastic tab on the back that you pull off to expose the adhesive, and usually it comes off pretty cleanly, but I like to keep tweezers on hand because I did have a pair once that the plastic was ripping off, and it's really hard to get it because I don't want to touch the adhesive, but that's only ever happened like once, so I always just use tweezers as a precaution. So I'm just gonna close these up. Sorry if that was loud. Okay, finish with these. So the first thing we want to do, or the next thing you want to do, don't throw this away. My sister uses these sometimes, and she did not realize that there is a file on here. I'm not sure if that's a new thing that they're doing or what, because I don't remember there being one before, but keep that file. You can take it off. It's adhered to this piece here. I leave it on usually, but if I feel like I need to take it off, I will. So put that aside. Then with this prep pad, you are going to take the pad out, and it's an alcohol pad, and clean all your nails and let them dry. It's also a good idea before you do this, I haven't done it today obviously, but to condition your cuticles so they're a lot softer. My hands get dry anyway, and I didn't condition them today, but I wish I would have. So do that earlier, because then when you use this, the point of it is to take off everything on your nails so that these will stick a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. So first I just like to, with the very wet, while it's very wet and folded, get my nails, and then I open it up. Get each one pretty well. It's probably a good idea if you wash your hands and let them dry before doing this as well. And I would recommend, ideally, if you're going to do this, like if you decide that you can't be bothered to paint your nails and you have a night out or something you want to go to, put them on after you have finished getting ready, because especially if you're not used to wearing them, I can do pretty much everything with mine, but you can't get them wet, I think, for like 30 minutes after you put them on. They have to have time to like stick to your nail or something, so I wouldn't do it if you plan on getting in the shower right away or something, so I would save it till after. But then after that, I mean, you'll be good to get in the shower with these on. Okay, so I'm just going to let the alcohol finish drying, and what I like to do is just go ahead and take the plastic off of all of them, because then it makes putting them on a lot easier. I think I did that out of order. Usually I would take the plastic off and then do the alcohol, but okay, make sure when you pull it off that it's got the entire piece, the entire piece of plastic off, and that it hasn't torn. I mentioned in my last video that I'm expecting the UPS, but I'm not really sure when, and I have to sign for a package, so if they ring the doorbell, I will have to end this video and go and sign for it. Okay, that's one hand. Oops. don't do like I just did. Try not to touch any of the adhesive inside. I just get paranoid that the oils on my fingers or something are gonna mess it up. Okay, 2 more. I'm gonna try to finish this before my 15 minutes are up. I know I've said this a million times. Some of you may know I am qualified and have been for a long time to make videos over 15 minutes. And there was a time there when I was, but unfortunately my iMovie is not working correctly, so I haven't been able to use it. Okay, so what I'm doing first, I'm just lining it up and not pushing down very hard, but lining up with my cuticle. Okay, and then once you have it situated, push down hard. And it's very, very sticky, so hold it there for a couple seconds until your finger like turns red. Push it all around. And then I just like to push really hard on the front, on the sides, until you feel like it's on there pretty well. Okay, so you start with your pinkies. So that's one finished. Start with your pinkies and work your way inward because you're going to be using these fingers the most for other things. So that's why I go ahead and take the plastic off first as well, because that makes it easier. Once you have the nails on, you're not fidgeting with the plastic. Now I'm going to do the other pinky. Just sort of lay it down where you want it, and then press. Try to make sure when you're doing this that you are paying attention. You're not distracted by like the TV or something, because I've done this other times and not been paying attention and totally grabbed the wrong nail and smushed it onto my finger, and then I was stuck with it. And fortunately it ended up being sort of the right size, but not quite, so I was just stuck with it for a while. Okay. The other thing is, my nails right now are really short. If your nails are really short, you should know that there's a chance that just a tiny, tiny bit of the adhesive will be exposed, because obviously it doesn't have anything to stick to, and that part tends to get dirty, so it's important to keep your hands pretty clean, like as clean as you can. And try not to get stuff underneath your nails. Okay, so these are my pinkies. They look pretty realistic. The color of them is pretty close to a real nail. Okay, then the next one is this finger. Just lay it down. Make sure it's not crooked. It's important to try them all on first with the plastic on and then lay them out, because if you have one that feels like it's not the right shape, or it's a little bigger than your cuticle, it's going to hurt to try to keep that on for a few weeks. So you need to make sure it's the right size for your fingernail. Okay, so I'm going to mesh this one. And usually I'll go back, I find myself like mashing on them anyways, but just when I'm sitting around. Okay. Get the other one. It says on the instructions, I think, to wait 30 minutes before you get them wet, and also 30 minutes before you file them, just to, I guess, make sure you don't wiggle them loose or something while they're setting. But I'll try to show you that in a minute, because I don't wait to file them. I pretty much do it right away. Okay, so here is so far. Next I'm going to do my middle finger. I cannot tell you how important it is, seriously, to just lay the nail on your finger first, because if you just go ahead and think you have it precise and then just push it without positioning it first, you could get it on your, like, the wrong part of your nail, because I've definitely done that before. And then it's like really, really a pain to try to take them off, because these are probably just the most adhesive nails that I've ever used. If you do this correctly and you take care of them correctly, I think that mine typically lasts between 2 and 3 weeks. You can tap them on things, you can zip up your jeans, you can button your jeans, you can do pretty much anything. And then after a couple weeks they start to sort of slide down, but even then they like don't come off. They're pretty adhesive even still, so you have to loosen them up and pull them off, or use nail polish remover to take them off. Okay, just lay it down and push. Okay, I'll try to do this quickly so I can show you the filing. Okay, I'm going to match these other ones on very quickly so that I can show you some of the filing, what that looks like. Then the last one, just lay it down and match. Okay, so okay, now that that's all sorted out, I'll probably spend more time later mashing on them, but for now, this is what they look like. This is this hand, and then there's this little file. They tell you to wait to do this, but you can take it off of here or not, and you're just going to very, very lightly buff the ends to smooth off like the little piece, I guess, from the factory where they were made. And I like to go against the grain a little bit as well, so it looks, let's see if I can show you, something like this. This one is the one I did. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for